Welcome to BrotoGP. This is episode number 103. I'm sorry we're a day late. It was my girlfriend's birthday, Luca. You all have heard of her before. Aside from that, you might not have expected us to be recording because the race didn't actually happen. So we're coming after the Silverstone 2018 round. Can I even call it a round since no one scored any points and no races happened? There is still plenty to talk about. Some shit went down at the track. Lots and lots and lots of it. And we actually have a new segment towards the end of this called BrotoGP Awards. So let's get going. Kev, you're bottom bitch this time.
Yar! We be looking for the long-lost white whale known as the British GP. What has happened to her? Where did she go in the far-off North Sea? I am Kevin from BrotoGP, joined by my first mate, Rob, and that's Scalawag Dennis, as we search far and wide through the storms and the snow and the sleet and the rain to find the vaunted British GP.
Where did you get that piece of glass there?
This 16th century spyglass, legit. Look at how fucking this thing extends bigger than my fucking Johnson. Check this out. It is 4 mirrors deep, son. My brother got me this because he's obsessed with buying me old shit for Christmas. He's got me a 3,000-year-old Sumerian coin at one point or something. So it actually works. Through this, I can almost see your pores, Rob.
That's impossible. He has none.
That's impossible. They're tiny and perfect.
Porcelain. No, he's pure porcelain.
Not unlike.
Also, we did not.
Large pores. That's an inside joke. Only one person will get it. It's worth it.
We did not buy you that nice of a computer, so I know you cannot see my pores on your monitor, even with a telescope.
Not even 4K can capture Rob's pores.
No, you don't think so? I'm getting old. I'm almost 33 now. Like,
if you had this at turn 1 of Sears and you looked straight down the back straightaway, you might have seen me pissing myself on the back of Chris Ulrich's bike.
Oh, no one wants to see that. We should probably wait. So you were the reason why the track was slippery in that corner?
This is bullshit. There is a huge demand for Kevin Peen videos.
Presenting
water coming down.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't get there yet. Speaking of not pissing yourself,
didn't you all see Chappelle's show? I want to piss on you, pee on you, trip, trip, trip.
That's bad. No, if you'll catch the banner right behind me, of course, this episode is brought to you by Riders Law. Riders Law actually had an amazing weekend at Pit Race in Pittsburgh. With Moto America this last round. So Bryce Prince is now actually supported by Riders Law, and he started on the front row, and he actually got 2 podiums. The Junior Cup racer Jackson Blackman also got a podium in one of his races, and Andrew Lee took another win to extend his lead in the Stock 1000 Championship. So it was a pretty good weekend for Riders Law. And hopefully they keep things moving. We're looking for some good results from Michael Gilbert in New Jersey. And then the whole team, i.e. them and including me, is going to join up at Barber, and we're going to keep things going.
We are looking for Riders Law also to step up and sponsor the Great Heron Compound Race of 2018, in which I will attempt to race Josh on Ecstar 100s with no front brakes, and it's going to be a drunk race. I will be 0.08 to officially be drunk driving, which means they probably won't sponsor this. And Josh, to make it fair, will be 0.12 because he is professional. And as Everett said, you'll blow your knee out in the first turn, but plot twist, my knee is already blown out. You think I have a meniscus? You couldn't see it with this spyglass.
Yeah, I don't think Riders Law is going to sponsor that race, especially since you just described it like that. But if you need legal help and you're in the state of California, please give Riders Law a call. That's Riders Law with a Z. Check out riderslaw.com. You'll find their phone number, and you'll be able to contact Lawyer Rob and Lawyer Cy to get a hold of them. They're amazing lawyers. They're helping our sport out. They're helping out the podcast. And please support them, support us, and let's make everything good for everyone. But so
basically do the opposite of this GP. Everything good for everyone.
Oh god damn it! You took the words right off my mouth, out of my mouth there.
What? Off your what?
No, I'm thrown off my game here because we don't actually have a race to talk about. Like someone commented on social media that the next episode was just going to be three dudes staring at each other for an hour.
Okay, on 3. Go.
The problem is wait, I'm trying to look at Kevin and he's looking directly at the camera. He's not actually looking at me. And I can't. Oh, he's playing with his eyeball. Oh god.
Oh god. Oh god.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, we have to narrate things when they're only on video. No, so let's not do that. So let's actually talk about the shit show that was the Silverstone round. I kind of want to start out with the cancellation. So what actually happened on Sunday, and why the hell was this round canceled? Does anyone want to take the lead on this, or should I just start rattling off some facts?
Ooh, rattle me facts, dog.
Rattle you facts?
Please.
Okay.
I want some rattled facts.
Actually, I don't know if you could call them facts. Either way, so what we know is that the Silverstone round was resurfaced, or the Silverstone racetrack was refurbished sometime in March. Since then, it had been raced on by Formula One. A bunch of bumps developed. Apparently like Lewis Hamilton came out, or it may not have been Lewis, but one of the F1 drivers came out and said he felt sorry for MotoGP and them having to race on it after Formula One. It was already bumpy when they got there. It was even worse when MotoGP got there. It seems like the asphalt was shit to begin with, but on Friday and Saturday morning before FP4, like things weren't looking that bad. Unfortunately, there was crazy forecast for rain. It was like 90% chance, even the week before, it was 90% chance of rain Sunday afternoon.
In England? I don't believe.
Yeah, right? They've been having this crazy heat wave, and it hadn't rained a drop since the spring. And then they get your classic British rain. Is that what we're going to go with?
That's
I think all rain is
proverbial British rain.
Proverbial.
But yeah, so by FP4, it actually dumped on one section of the track so hard that there was what seemed to be like 2 inches of standing water, and everyone that approached that corner with any amount of speed just ran straight off and went into the gravel. It was a shit show from FP4 right away, and it was not a good look for anyone. Dennis, you had a question there?
I did, actually. I do have a genuine question. The issue of the track not draining, is that an issue of lack of drainage or the quality of the asphalt? I don't know anything about repaving, so.
I think in this case, it was a combination of the two, because I saw all over social media that there were reports of the track actually working on the track after Saturday to kind of fix...
Cutting new draining.
Yeah, and there was even some reports too that certain parts of the track were repaved on Thursday before MotoGP even raced on the track, which is kind of nuts. But I think that was just in response to the bumps, not because of the drainage. But the drainage improvements were made Saturday night, and based on the results of what happened on Sunday, we could say that they didn't actually work. I do know that a lot of asphalt. Yeah, right. A lot of asphalt drainage kind of depends on the water kind of not soaking into the asphalt, but like going into those small cracks that are on the surface. And if there are no cracks on the surface, it's going to stay wetter longer because the water just sits on top. It's like, concrete, or sealed concrete has like wet spots on it fucking forever, but asphalt seems to dry faster. And the two major differences between those, one major difference between those surfaces is the fact that asphalt is really porous and the water can kind of get below it. So, I mean, I think that was the main problem on Saturday and Sunday was the fact that the asphalt type just seemed to be wrong. But I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll hear from some people that were actually there and working on the track to see what they think. But at the same time, even Dorna came out and said, like Franco Uncini said, that when he inspected the track, there's nothing he could really tell from just looking at the racetrack that it was going to be unsafe in wet conditions. It's kind of it's a bad look for everyone, but it's also something that Dorna wasn't really able to handle, and I kind of wouldn't expect them to. Like, who the hell paves a British track with track that can't handle medium amounts of rain?
I mean,
The frustration in your voice is quite apparent there.
it's not even like that. Like the your response, right? Who the hell? Like, I want to like rant hard, right? Like, and Rob told me to like rant hard, but my rant's not gonna be what Rob thinks. My rant is with the obsession of who was at fault. Is it the track? Is it the riders? Is it Repsol pulling strings so Mark Marquez doesn't lose? Like all the fucking modern day issue. Hold on, the modern day issue with our life of just finding the blame. Not one person stood up and just fucking made the decision and then stuck with it. They kept fans in the rain for like 13 hours, 12 hours straight. No one wanted to man up and quarterback and take the lead. Like, I don't give a fuck if the paving company fucked up, if they knew ahead or whatever. The fact is on Saturday, we all knew that this race couldn't happen in the wet. And they dragged their heels, literally blame. All they tried to do was figure out who was to blame instead of figure out what in the fuck are we going to do. We know for a fact we have a fucking race that can't happen right now in this rain. I don't give a fuck whose fault it was. Right now, whose fault it was is for next week and a week later when Silverstone's trying to figure out how to get their fucking money back from the millions they lost. Who's to blame is next month when Dorna is starting to solidify the 2019 calendar and they decide whether Silverstone's even going to fucking be on it. Spending any energy to figure out who's to blame is so classic modern world right now. What happens is no one wants to fucking take ownership of anything. No one wants to be the person. Like, everyone wants us to figure out whose fault it was so I don't have to figure out what the hell is going on. Everyone wanted to be a random wide receiver and no one wanted to be Tom fucking Brady. Mike Webb drug his feet. Like, you're the race director, bro, and you're the guys out there for 13 hours. They're cutting... First of all, if they're cutting drainage ditches on Saturday night, the race ain't happening. Okay? You're putting Band-Aids on a fucking amputated arm. It's done. You need to figure shit out ahead of time. They're waiting till... You wonder why some of the factories vetoed the Monday race, which, by the way, was bullshit, because they didn't decide to figure out whether there was going to be a race on Monday until like 3:30 in the afternoon on Sunday. That shit should have been decided on Saturday. They already rescheduled races to Monday before with Qatar, but they knew ahead. It's going to rain. We can't race. Same thing. Mark Marquez said, look, you might want to hate on him all you want, and trust me, no one takes more fun in hating on Marquez than me, but when on Saturday he said we can't race on this, I believed him. Okay, yeah. I'm not trying. I believe the dude is the nuttiest dude on the track. The biggest complaint about Mark Marquez is he's unsafe. So then to claim that he's trying to be safe is horseshit. Like, you can't. It can't be one side of the coin or the other. Like, and the other. It's got to be one. If he's either an unsafe rider who doesn't give a fuck, or he plays it too safe and doesn't want to risk anything. That's not him. The fact is, we knew, and everyone spent the entire time trying to figure out who was to blame. This was like literally spending all the time on Facebook trying to figure out how come fake news happens. No one gives a fuck. Just deal with how to fix it. Deal with how to reschedule it. Like, the idea that we have one of the biggest countries in the world that's crazy for MotoGP has a canceled race is ridiculous. It shows that no one in GP is actually in charge. No one in GP actually has any idea what we're doing. So to the idiot on YouTube who said that guy in the middle just acts like he knows what he's talking about, guess what? Everyone at Dorna is just faking it till they make it too. You need proof? British GP.
I mean, I do. So the thing, you brought up Saturday and you brought up them cutting drainage into the around the track or into the track. Like, that was their chance. Right, that was the last one in a million chance. That was the final effort, right? Yeah, and I mean, we learned quickly that it didn't work, and they still tried. They tried really hard. There was a 1 in a million chance that we weren't going to race, or that we were going to race on Sunday. I.e., the drainage worked and the rain was minor. Right? If the rain had came over, like dumped the track for 5 minutes and then gone completely away, we would have raced. The Moto3 race would have been wet. The Moto2 race probably would have been damp, or maybe they would have had to red flag it, and then the GP race probably would have been dry. Because they did that effort and because everyone was trying to save their asses and they put in that amount of work, that's why we had this long shit show on Sunday. because someone actually thought that it was going to happen because of the effort that got put in.
This is bullshit. What makes a good leader, what makes a good athlete, what makes anyone good at anything really comes down to this one intangible thing, which is the ability to make a decision and then wholly commit to it. Why is Marc Marquez so good? Because in the corner, he decides he's going to save it, and he wholly commits to it. Why is Tom Brady so good? Because when he makes a decision, he throws to nobodies that were cut on third-string practice squads of every other team, but he knows exactly where they are and where they're going to be, and every part of it makes a decision. Same with Michael Jordan. That's why what makes a good leader isn't necessarily that you're like the smartest guy in the room. It's that you surround yourself with the smartest guys in the room, and the moment you were given the information you need, you make the decision, wholly commit to it, and then rally the troops around it. Yeah. It's like there was no one in charge. There was no one there that had the ability to step up and lead from the front. That was the problem. So like
MotoGP isn't a dictatorship. Like, it's unfortunate, but it's not unfortunate, but
yes, it is.
You think so? There are a lot of people involved in decision making these days. Like you already brought up Mike Webb. I said Franco Incini. Obviously, Urta and all the riders have a say in all of this, right? If Carmelo came out and said we're fucking racing, and all the riders said no, like if anything, the dictators of MotoGP are the racers.
I am not saying they should have raced on Sunday. Let me clarify this. If all of the racers but Jack Miller said we should race on Sunday, that dude's fucking crazy, right? So we knew he was going to say race.
Yeah.
The moment a MotoGP racer tells me it's too dangerous to race, I believe him. End of story. Don't need any more clarification. You're good. Marc Marquez looks me in the eye. Valentino Rossi says we can't do it. I'm not arguing. I don't have the authority. I don't have the experiential authority to even discuss it with them. I take their word for it. But they could have raced on Monday. It was a banking holiday. They were there. They've done it before. They have the protocol in place. What I'm saying is Saturday night at 11 o'clock at night, they're digging ditches in the dark, in the rain. Please, baby Jesus, let me have this race. At some point on fucking Sunday morning, it was time to decide, and they drug their feet. It's like 38 degrees and pouring rain, and the track is like literally gliding on a mirror. And they are like, oh, maybe it'll work. No, it won't, bro. We all knew it wasn't going to work. We all knew it was never going to happen. Move it back to Monday. It's not supposed to rain nearly as hard. Spend the entire day Sunday doing as much prep work as you can during the day, and then have the race. What I'm mad about is the fact that for 12 hours, they just kept saying, like, maybe we'll have it. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Let's push it back. All Twitter was 75 posts from the journalists saying, we don't really know, but don't blame the writers. Like, no one's blaming the writers. People are just pissed in the moment. Okay. People are mad they didn't get to see what they wanted. People are mad they spent a bunch of money to go to the track and wasted a weekend. Like, they're mad they're standing around in the freezing cold, hoping to see something. Make the decision and stick to it. Have fucking cojones, have some conviction to what you do. Like, we knew the race couldn't happen.
Dennis, take it. What were you going to say there?
Well, speaking of not racing on Monday, did anybody actually provide a reason as to why they couldn't? Because correct me if I'm wrong, Qatar, at one point when they suffered rain during race day, they actually moved that race to the next day. So why couldn't they do it in British GP?
They could. They didn't.
But what was the argument? What's the reason provided?
Well, apparently the reason is that Yamaha had a test that they didn't want to move, and the logistics of changing things were too hard.
Yeah, they had.
Ducati openly said, Tardozzi openly said they voted to race on Monday.
Wow.
I mean, there were supposedly other factors too, like the bank holiday and the promoter and TV having influence in the decision as well. Like I think I heard the announcers talk about, getting people to the track and getting people away from the track and having all the logistics and everything work out, and then having TV also work out on Monday was a difficulty. But at the same time, I guess if we're comparing to Qatar, you don't have logistical problems at Qatar because no one goes to the race and there's no one there and everyone drives from the same place anyway. But like TV, obviously those decisions were adjusted for Qatar as well. And then I mean, at Qatar as well, like everyone is flying in, everyone's leaving out of the same airport, and Dorna's footing the dime to pay for all of that. At Silverstone, I suspect that most of the crews had their huge rigs for transportation, so it was very possible for them to just bounce all by themselves. At Qatar, they were kind of tied up by Dorna and what Dorna was going to do for the flights.
Here's the thing: Dorna can hold the race. FIM can sanction the race.
Yeah.
If you don't
I wonder
show
about that
up,
too.
you don't show up. I mean,
yeah, Dorna, the teams are under contract with Dorna to appear at the race. I wonder what's in their contract about like cancellations or about moving dates. I who knows if that's even covered. But yeah, if you're right, if Carmelo had put his fucking foot down and said we're doing the race on Monday, and he had given them like, you know, they decided Saturday night, I suspect this
is the fucking problem. We went, like, they forced the hand with the 800 cc's. Honda led the way. Dorna, we go through the fucking dark ages of the modern GP era. Dorna slowly wrestles control back from these guys. They use CRT as proof of concept that we don't need you factories, and we're going to force your hand if you don't play. They do all these rule changes, all of these things. Spec ECU, new IMU, CRT. They spend the last 8 fucking years wrestling control back from the factories, only for the factories in 1 hour to be like, nah. I mean, the factories Thanos'd it up. Fucking you know what I'm saying? Like, Lynn Jarvis put on a giant golden glove and stuck the Repsol gem and the Aprilia gem and the Ducati gem and the Suzuki gem and the fucking Yamaha gem, and he was like, fuck you, and it was done. Right, all the gains that we made over time to even out the series and wrestle control back are gone. I mean, I don't know about you, Dennis, but I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
I love how you included the Aprilia gem but not the KTM gem. Someone's gonna have 4 bikes on the grid next year, and someone else is only gonna have 2.
Right.
God damn it, the cat just won't leave me alone when I'm recording.
I don't understand. That's not a bad thing, brah.
Yeah, I mean, she just sticks her tail in my face. Whatever.
Right.
She'll get out of here eventually. No, I mean, God damn it. Now I'm just agreeing with you, Kevin. I was supposed to be like the voice of reason. Like, no, I was supposed to say that this is the only way things could have went down. No one else. There was never going to be a better idea, but you've convinced me. It's terrible.
Okay,
I mean,
so
it's
I know that Kevin just spent all that time ranting about people looking for somebody to blame, but just who exactly here in BrotoGP are we going to give the fuck up of the weekend award? I mean, somebody has to get that award. So who is it?
Do you want to get to the awards already?
The fuck up of the weekend is the Asphalt Paving Company. Bitch, you had one job. Literally your only job. Which was to pave the surface correct. Like, this wasn't like a big unknown. Like, last time I checked the weather patterns we know that it rains there. You know what I mean? Like, this is in Qatar in the desert with the lights going, shit, it fucking rained in the desert. Goddamn. Everyone just throws their hands up, you know? Like,
they had proof of concept, though. Supposedly there were other like car races and stuff at Silverstone between the Formula One race and now, and some of them are wet. They just weren't this wet. They were Britain drought summer rain as opposed to normal British rain.
I have 2 questions, Dennis. What you asked, Dennis, is twofold, because you're asking who's to blame. I don't really want to get into it personally, but you have 2 things. Who's to blame for the fact that no race happened is a separate issue from who's to blame about why the asphalt sucked. Like, who's to blame about why the asphalt was terrible is a number of people. The paving company themselves, the people who were in charge of inspecting it beforehand, the fact that people weren't testing there under wet conditions beforehand, like all of those things. Like, you can put a fucking non-potable water truck in the back and spray the track down and ride around it to see. They do it in fucking Superbike school with the fucking slippery bike. Like, that
was addressed in the post-race press conference that involved no racers of any kind. Essentially, they brought up the fact that was tested in Qatar and said that, like, is essentially, for that, when they prepped for that in Qatar, it was a humongous fiasco, and it took a significant amount of time, a significant amount of effort, and a shit ton of money. And that's just not something that they were logistically prepared for.
A humongous fiasco that takes a significant amount of time and wastes a shitload of money sounds like you're describing the British GP, bro.
Oh, look, Kevin, I hear your 2
it.
points. I hear your 2 points, but then which of those 2 issues is the bigger fuck up?
The paving company. An inspection. Go ahead, Kev.
The inability to get a race to move forward, and the fact that they've completely canceled the race with no reschedule is the much bigger fuck up.
I have to agree with that one, Rob. That's a much bigger.
You can't just not have the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Can you just? Are you sure?
You can, but you shouldn't.
I mean, the Super Bowl's only one round. Like, what if we skipped like a round of the World Cup or something?
Even then, you can't. Like, this isn't skipping Qatar or skipping I hate to say it, but Coda. This is skipping one of the biggest races in one of the most MotoGP rabid places. Skipping the British GP is pretty darn bad. The fact that it hasn't been rescheduled, the fact that they're just simply ignoring it, pretending like it never happened. The last time that they just didn't have the race was when Simoncelli died, which, makes a hell of a lot of sense. You call it a day and move on. That's just a goddamn tragedy. Mm-hmm. But a tragedy. But
they still had the race.
They had the race. They stopped it and then didn't restart and continue because someone passed away. Perfect sense. No complaints. That happens. That is a true act of God, so to speak. Being not prepared to have a contingency plan for what happens and not moving forward. You're telling me they can't reschedule the British GP? They can't add it to the calendar? I mean, everything's prepped for sure, but I don't know. To me, it's insane they couldn't move it, especially when multiple teams said they would have raced on Monday when they've already the problem, Rob, is that we can't say they couldn't do it because they already have done it. And if Yamaha is telling me that, and teams are telling me that they can't race because they have to test, that means you've already fucking given up and don't bother showing up to any other race because you willfully rather to go fucking practice. We talk in practice. That's for the BrotoGP Army who said I haven't said that shit in a while. We talk in practice. That you're telling me you have teams on the grid that are more willing to practice than to race. Don't even fucking show up then. Bounce. No one cares. No one wants to see the fucking team that's more interested in running laps at a private test than actually showing up and racing. Like Nicky Hayden said back in the day, that's why we show up on Sunday, because you never know. You have a team out there that basically quit on us in front of everyone. Quit, dog. Bounce. I don't give a fuck. If it's Valentino Rossi, fuck you, bitch. You ain't the GOAT if you were ready to bounce on a race to practice. If it's a Maverick Vinales, hey, you're the fucking bitch we all thought you were. And if it's Lynn Jarvis, you're the swarmy little asshole that everyone kind of said you are. This is ridiculous that you have teams that would rather go to a test than show up and actually race. It's the most disheartening and disillusioning thing I've seen in MotoGP in fucking years. That you have teams that don't want to race.
Do you think the Valentino effect, actually, and his sway with the fans and stuff, actually had any effect on Carmelo not going forward with the race? Say Aprilia says they're not going to race. Carmelo just goes, oh, who gives a shit? We're holding the race anyway.
That would actually make sense. You've done so shitty. I don't know. You know what I mean?
But with Lynn Jarvis saying Valentino's not going to be there, do you think he was you think he just he kind of just took it to the chest and ran away? What is it? I mean, because if that's the thing, I feel like Valentino would have overridden Lynn Jarvis if Carmelo really put his foot down and said the race is happening on Monday, but that didn't happen.
Right, and I'm totally speculating right now because who knows what actually happened. What I'm saying is if we have teams that canceled a race because they had to test, that's more damaging to GP than fucking winglets. That's more damaging to GP than people booing riders. I'm going to go out and say that is as bad as Pete Rose betting against his own team. You have teams that are willing teams that would rather not race. It proves to me that this isn't a sport. It's just one big branding exercise, and everyone. I mean, we should just quit this episode right now and review the Hank Scorpio episode when they moved to Evergreen Terrace, because at least that was honest and real. That's hella more real than these teams' desires to compete in a sporting competition.
It was more real than your previous point because both booing and winglets are good for MotoGP.
That's my point, is that they want to say all these things are bad, but what's actually bad for the series is teams who would rather not race.
Yeah. No, I mean it's the whole thing was bad for this series. I mean the track is already talked about either contacting all of the fans, and there's some speculation about they're going to get refunds for Sunday or they're going to get tickets for next year. I mean, you're talking that's millions of euros, I suspect, for all the fans that were there. And obviously like TV lost out on quite a bit of money. Like everyone lost money on this whole thing. And and not just that, it's also a really bad, it's damaging for the reputation of MotoGP. I suspect, like, thankfully this happens once every 38 years. We haven't had a cancellation due to weather since, what did I see, like Australia? No, somewhere it snowed somewhere in the 80s. I don't remember where it was.
They shortened Indianapolis because of a hurricane, but
they still ran the race.
Right, the race was going, and then it became too dangerous. That I get, right? And if the race was too dangerous to happen on Sunday, I get it. But if you're telling me that the corner workers, the ambulance crew, the concession stand people, and everyone was ready to go on Monday, and certain teams said, no, we don't want to because we have an Aragon test or whatever, like, that's the worst excuse ever, because what they're saying is we have running bikes and we're ready to go, but we don't want to race. Like, they're not, if the excuse was not, hey, it's too dangerous, we're not even going to send our riders out on that track. Fuck that shit. We are not doing it. That happened in Moto America a while back. Our boy, a number of riders said, I ain't going out on that. Nothing but respect for courage and conviction to say, hell no, it's too dangerous, we're not doing it. But if the answer is can't do it because we can't make it because we got to be in Spain by Wednesday for a test, no. I mean, eat shit and die.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say this because I'm probably one of the biggest Yamaha boys, and I'm waiting for a response from Yamaha Motor USA on an email I sent them. But I got to go with Kevin on this one.
Don't drag them into this.
I'm just saying it's pretty weak because it's MotoGP, it's Moto Grand Prix, not Moto Grand Practice.
Dad jokes.
Sorry. Joke ever.
Oh my god. Oh, Dennis, every time you open your mouth, you have to drop in a dad joke for us. I feel like we just please do that. No, I'm being serious.
The best thing about being a parent, next to having children like I have, are dad jokes.
Number two to actual children.
Yeah.
A close second.
Yes. I don't know. If you make me choose between my kids and giving up dad jokes, I don't know what to do. What to do.
Choice right there, baby.
Yeah.
Oh man, should we talk a little bit more about the actual dangers that the riders were presented with? I mean, should we get into the awards? What are we gonna do? Oh, I have one unconfirmed thing. So on social media, someone from the BrotoGP Army mentioned this. Supposedly, sometime around 4 p.m., i.e. right when the track was like mostly dry or mostly not standing water, didn't have standing water anymore, and people were thinking about racing, one of the machinery that they were using to brush the track off blew a hydraulic line between turn 3 and 4 and sprayed the track with hydraulic fluid, i.e. oil. Something completely unconfirmed, but it does add a little bit of that kind of makes sense to why the race was actually canceled. Yeah, I don't know if I'd go with credibility because I can't confirm this. Supposedly it's a secondhand account from someone that was actually a track worker at the time. But that
was a plan.
But yeah,
that guy was just a plan. Like the
that's
magician.
what it was.
Yeah, it's a plan. It's all part of the gig.
Yeah, it's the only thing. I actually haven't read any accounts of it anywhere else, and you'd think that You'd think that Silverstone would want to publish this to be like, hey, we tried, but this crazy bad thing actually happened. Because cleaning up oil off of a wet track is a huge pain in the butt.
Yeah, but
it takes forever.
That would just mean another
However,
ineptitude.
we ran the fucking things out there. We were giving it 110%. The fucking hydraulic line blew. Goddamn, it's just not meant to be. People would hate a lot less if they're like, if we were trying, man, the thing blew. Like, you know, like we were doing our best to make this happen at blue. Let's move the race. Like, you know, we've got inside reports.
That's the thing. Everyone would be significantly hating significantly less if every single one of these phrases and sentences ended with "We're gonna race on Monday." Like, it doesn't matter what they say. If they finish it off with "We're gonna race on Monday," no one's gonna hate on that.
Right.
Yep,
I mean,
probably.
That's the problem. Like, just if you're telling me we did everything we could, and then the final straw is it just a fucking hydraulic line blew and we're over it, and that's kind of like inside info from some people, like sources that we have. That I'm cool, man. You can't. Shit happens, and you're trying to do your best in the pouring rain. It's freezing cold. You're working on stuff. Shit happens. Like, I get it. I work in the trades. I know sometimes just shit goes haywire, and there's not much you can do about it. But like, you could have raced on Monday. They said it. And I don't want to hear that the logistics are terrible. The logistics of the season in general are terrible. That's if you run an international racing series across 12 countries, you have to be good at logistics. You know what else is really hard? Sending fucking satellites into space. But there's people who do that as their job. Like, I can't do it. Rob might be able to do it. Like a week of study, he could probably do it. But me and Dennis are just going to be like making dad jokes about it. Dennis, come up with a dad joke.
You do know that I have an aerospace engineering degree, right?
See?
Like, is that why you said that?
God, you're sexy. I can't tell if you're sexier with your man bun or when you talk hot nonsense to me.
I straight up have a degree in rocket science. I'm just not using it because I don't want to sit in a cubicle.
That's a new BrotoGP segment right there.
Right.
No, it already is in the R&D writing analysis segment. That's the whole reason why we're doing it, Dennis.
BGP erecting rockets.
Right. So
I'm looking at the calendar here. I'm looking at the calendar, and the whole thing until the season finale is almost every other weekend. And we know that the second they fly away for what is now the 4 flyaways, there's no way in hell they're doing it in between there. So the only weekends available to reschedule this thing are this weekend, which, I mean, it's already not going to happen because it's this weekend. Yeah. And then the weekend after Misano, in between it and Aragon. Which, all right, there's one weekend there. That's kind of possible. Then we could do it on the 29th and the 30th of September. Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, no,
and then they fly straight out to Thailand. That's about it.
I have a friend who's convinced they're going to reschedule it, but I just didn't think that they ever would.
No, I mean, there's so much motorcycle racing. Like, the teams would bitch. There's no, like, what do they do? Sell tickets? No, they just make it free to go to Silverstone, and they get a shit ton of people to turn out. They sell a ton of beer, and everyone makes a butt ton of money. Yeah. It could be put on television quite easily. I mean, look, BN Sports is canceling and re-upping Moto America races like every single week, so you know that stuff could change.
Right.
It
doesn't need to be put
hard
on television. They have their own network.
True, but they make a ton of money off of.
That's how I watch it. That's how most of I know watch it. Like, you watch the fucking. You can put it up yourself and have it on. Like,
yeah, Dorna could have made that round free if they recorded it and then made it available after they recorded it. You know what I mean? As kind of like making amends. Just a free video, a full race.
The whole sport is a branding exercise. Making it free would only make the teams more excited to do it because twice as many people would see the fucking show. The fucking show.
Voila.
Yeah.
See?
Yep.
BrotoGP just solved the problem. They couldn't.
Yeah, so if you're not going to race on Monday, do it this weekend or 2 weekends after that and race all the other weekends. I mean, I'm fine with the teams racing for like 4 weekends in a row. Supercross does it, and they have to drive across the whole freaking country. And this country is very, very large. We could do it.
Right. Or just
all right,
on Monday.
Let's or just on Monday. Oh, God.
Fuck.
All right.
Do
we kind of already
lap sprint with super soft wets. Do something. Some kind of athletic sporting contest. Do it for half points like fucking World Superbike did that one year. And then guess what happened? The title came down to a half a point.
Stop reminding me.
Tom Sykes, eat your heart out.
He should have been a two-time, if not a three-time World Superbike champion. God damn it.
He was a 2.5-time World Superbike champion, right?
No,
no, it was half a point. Half a point.
Yeah.
That's literally just what I just said. I literally just said
I was the whole time that fiasco was happening, I was trying to remember what track they were at because I couldn't remember. Famous Italian track,
Monza.
starts with an M with a huge crazy banking. Yeah, Monza. I felt like, so stupid, Robert. What do you think?
Monza, don't forget the F1 round this weekend at Monza.
Oh, really? You just said it. That is the second time that F1 has been, third time now that it's been brought up in this episode. We just lost so many listeners. All right, let's move on. BrotoGP Awards. So we're making this one up as we go along. We kind of already hit up on the first one. So for this time, BrotoGP Award number 1 is fuck up of the week. I voted for the track.
And we're gonna have this every week, fuck up of the week, because there's so many people that fuck up.
I will sanction that. I will approve that.
We may have to like bleep it out or something just for YouTube. I'm not sure yet. That one kid that listens to us every time hasn't complained about the swearing yet, nor have his parents. Yeah, right.
Eventually, yeah.
So I voted for the track surface and the track in general, but Kev seems to be trying to change everyone's mind that it was actually like Dorna and no one putting their foot down to make a decision about running on Monday.
Yeah, and I have to go with Kevin because you can't change the fact that the track was already fucked up. You just have to come up with something as an alternative, which they have the ability to, but they chose not to. So I gotta go with Kevin on this one.
All right, I'm going with a slight rebuttal here. Just a tiny little rebuttal before Kev gets back on his phone. The track surface was not a short decision. It wasn't a bunch of decisions that were made under duress when you have, millions of people screaming over social media, racers like talking in your ear about how everything is unsafe, teams trying to do things, TV promoters, like it wasn't something that happened in one day. It was months long decisions of repaving a track surface, doing all of that work and doing it wrong. Yeah. Right? Like if someone, I can't even really make an analogy here, but they planned it out and they fucked it up. They had all the time in the world to get the track resurfaced. I really, really doubt that the track that was hired to repave Silverstone, i.e., a very famous Grand Prix Formula level circuit, this wasn't their first rodeo. Right? The track Silverstone was reconfigured and repaved recently. Like they could have called those same guys. Those people didn't fuck it up. Whoever did it screwed up so bad, so hard to put down asphalt that couldn't be run in the rain in a country where it rains a fuck ton. So I don't know. I'm still like, I agree with you guys that Carmelo putting his foot down and forcing the race to be run on Monday would have been way better. I just don't see it as the biggest fuck up of the weekend. And I mean, really, the track fuck up was fuck up of 2018. The biggest fuck up
is the pavement. Is the biggest fuck up of the two fucking 2010s in terms of GP.
Yeah, seriously. All right. Let us know in the comments if you agree with that one. And who do you pick? You pick the pavement, the paving company, or are you blaming it on Dorna not running the race on Monday? What do you think? But all right, Kev, how about you take number 2 here for the Keeping It Real Award?
The Keeping It Real Award, son, goes to Scott motherfucking Redding. Who else would it go to? For posting on his Instagram on Thursday, Scott Redding was not invited to the press conference of his home GP, which actually could be his last for him in GP. Devil's horn, smiley face, 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 gif of a guy going.
It's like a live transcript, man. Jesus.
Right. So a couple of points. One, I'm going to give if you want to be on the Keeping It Real Award shortlist, refer to yourself in the third person. Right off the bat.
Are you certain? It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't know. But
Kevin is quite certain.
And
God
Dennis
damn
is
it.
certain.
Kevin has no question that referring to anyone, you're referring yourself into the third person is the key to keeping it real. That's how
All
you
right.
keep it.
All right, I will provide a rebuttal to myself. I don't like it when Jorge Lorenzo does it, and I don't think he's allowed to. But you two, you're fine. Go ahead.
So I definitely,
Don't
I
listen to
may
him.
want to
Don't listen to him.
redact my Keeping It Real award to Jorge because when they asked this week, hold on, when they asked this week the most important thing that you bring to each race, he mentioned his suitcase full of scarves because he gets cold.
Oh my god. I didn't know the answer to that. I was wondering if you were going to say scarves.
Redding and put him over here. And I've taken Jorge Lorenzo, who actually said the most important thing he needs at every Grand Prix weekend he takes with him is his suitcase of scarves because he gets cold. And then he looked into the camera with like the shittiest shit-eating grin on his face, like he was talking directly to me. Straight to me. Kevin from BrotoGP. And was like, my neck gets cold, so I need a scarf that's 8 feet long. Yes, I do.
Bros, our next merchandise is going to have to be a BGP scarf, man.
Luca actually watched.
European
She watched
summer.
warm up with me on Sunday morning and saw like Jorge with his undersuit that came up like really far to be like kind of a turtleneck or a baklava or something. Balaclava, not baklava.
Balaclava.
And she's like, "Is Jorge wearing a
you're
scarf?"
a real climber? You know how you know if you really shop at REI if you know the difference between baklava and a baklava.
Well, one of them is edible and they're delicious, and the other one
Balaclava.
not so much. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for proving my point.
Well, let's get back to Scott Redding just a little bit here. So I'm gonna go kind of Everett here and bring up a slight conspiracy theory. I think he was booted from the press conference because the Spanish media really wanted to hear about Alvaro Bautista retiring from MotoGP.
Makes sense because Bautista actually posted on his Instagram and Facebook and Twitter that he would make this announcement and then later said, sorry, plans changed. I'm now moving the announcement back. So he wasn't going to be at the press conference, was going to make the announcement at a specified time. And then it was changed and he was added to the press conference. So I'm not exactly sure that that's even a conspiracy theory. I think that's just a pretty plausible theory based on the evidence at hand.
That's the most substantiated conspiracy theory we've ever had on BrotoGP. Holy
Right.
shit. Goddamn. All right, back to Jorge Lorenzo's scarves. No, it's okay. Dennis, I'm still saying Scott Redding. Kevin is going for Jorge Lorenzo's scarves. So who gets the Keeping It Real award?
I mean, and it's not because I like Lorenzo, but I also have a collection of scarves, so I gotta go with Lorenzo.
All right, you have to wear one. You have to wear one next episode.
Tomorrow, Thursday, the 23rd of August at 16:40 GMT, I reveal what I'm going to do next year. Stay tuned. He posted that on August 22nd, and then about a couple hours later, update, changing plans. I reveal my future at the official press conference. So I don't even think that's a conspiracy. I think that's legitimately just straight up what happened.
All right, so bronze medal for Keeping It Real award is Alvaro Bautista for telling his fans that he had an announcement on social media before he told Dorna and before he told the media. Because obviously that's what happened there, right? Like we found out before Dorna did, which is why they had to shuffle him into the press conference.
Right.
So yeah, props to Alvaro for that one. But all right, so according to Dennis for the breaking the tie there, Jorge Lorenzo and his scarves get the Keeping It Real award for this weekend.
Boom.
All right.
Jorge Lorenzo and his cold neck. It's chilly out there at Silverstone. It's so chilly.
Yeah, you got to keep them warm.
Right.
Holy goddamn!
Keep it
I'm
warm
sweating
and
my balls off down here.
Dad bods get cold, okay? They get cold spots.
Is it because like all the circulation goes down to the gut area? Is that why dad bods get cold?
I think that's the key. I think that the storage is down low. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of blood flow in one region, but not so much up in the You know, you haven't done a single Title Rub sex tape this episode, and I feel like I've given you a couple.
I feel like you've given me a couple title run sex tape.
Just on command. All right. The final award for this week's episode, full episode, is the Beast Mode Award, and you know who I'm giving it to. I don't suspect there will be any disagreement on this one. It goes to Tito Rabat and his doctors because he is not dead. That's pretty much it. So if you didn't watch the end of FP4, it was bad. Everyone essentially went into turn 7, I believe is what it was, and hit 2 inches of standing water for not even the entire braking zone, like twice as much track as that. They showed Alex Rins unable to slow down because the front tire is just locking, so he can't brake. So he bails off. His motorcycle ends up in the air fence. There's already there's 2 or 3 other riders already hanging out there. Some have just ran deep into the gravel, and others have actually crashed. Alex Rins gets into the gravel trap, looks back, throws his hands up, is waving, trying to get people to slow down. The track, the flaggers on the side of the track, they're not allowed to just throw a red flag randomly because a rider tells them to. They have to get instructions from race direction before they can do that. So a red flag hasn't come out yet, and it probably wouldn't have even mattered that much because people crash right away. So Tito Rabat goes down first. His bike makes it all the way to where Alex Rins is standing, and then Tito Rabat is unfortunately hit by Franco Morbidelli's motorcycle. I didn't get to see it. I didn't really seek out footage of that because I don't want to see such an accident. But he broke a femur and tib fib all on his right leg, if I'm not mistaken, and he did actually was bleeding from an artery somewhere in his leg. People have speculated that's the femoral artery, which you can die of very, very quickly. I hope it wasn't that. If it was, even more props to his doctors. They kept him in the gravel trap and attended to him for quite a long time, probably 10-15 minutes, and got him in the ambulance. He had an emergency surgery. He's already been walking around, and pretty much the next day. That's why he gets the Beast Mode this week. Beast Mode Award.
Yeah, and for all you sick fucks who are asking me to post the video and shit, I mean, eat shit and die. I'm not posting videos of the guy was screaming so loud in agony they had to cut the audio of the feed. It was picking it up through his helmet on the trackside cameras. It was fucking horrific. We have fun and talk shit and post crazy memes and give writers a crap and all this stuff like that. I'm not in the business of fucking getting likes and shares and subscribes off of people's fucking agony. And if you are, die. You're why the world sucks. Rob's sorry mad at you for saying, but Rob wanted me to be mad. All the fucking posts and messages I get said where to find it. I don't fucking know, and I don't fucking care, because despite the fact that we give Tito a bunch of shit about being haha, he's ugly, or haha, he looks like William Dafoe, or his dad's the jeweler to the king. He's a human fucking being who shattered parts of his body, and it was in horrific agony. If you want to watch that, don't listen to our show. Unfollow me. I don't give a fuck. Don't follow us. Anyway, go away. You are a horrible person. I don't want to post that. Go find it somewhere else.
Yeah, I haven't even actually seen it myself, but when shit goes down, BrotoGP is not in the business of kicking somebody while they're down.
Right. I'm not, literally. I'm not in the business of making money or likes or shares or follows or engagement off of people's pain and suffering.
Yeah.
Misery.
What do you mean making money? What is all this money you're talking about?
Right. Internet money, right? Hobo.
Internet money. That'll happen eventually. We're commending Tito and his doctors especially for him still being alive. That's not something that I would wish upon anyone.
And we're not logging into ogreish.com or going to see Hostel and shit like that. Violence porn is long gone in the zeitgeist of popular culture right now, and I don't want any part of it, and I'm glad it's gone. Move on to somewhere else.
Do we have any more awards for this weekend? Any audibles there, Kev?
Awards for this weekend. Let's see here. Jack Miller gets the Boss Award for just saying, "Yeah, I'm going to race in the rain and at the most dangerous place in the world." And then Herb Poncharal just saying, "Yeah, Jack Miller wanted to race. No bones about it. He's going to be good. It's all good." God damn, man.
Man, we didn't even get to see her pick his nose on camera. Like, it was finally cold and raining. You know, he would have had some boogers up there, but it didn't happen.
Heat, son.
They would have been those frozen boogers are hard to get out too. You really got to dig.
Yeah.
Right, but so satisfying afterwards. Like nothing easily gained is worth having. So like that, just like, oh shit, I don't want that one. But that crusty, nasty, gotta dig in deep. It's all crystallized.
With like a nostril hair stuck on it.
If you gotta go up, but then you gotta do the downward swoop. Like if you gotta throw English on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to give it the curve to dig in and catch it, like on the pinky nail, and you just look at that fine piece of fucking.
And your eyes are like kind of teary-eyed from that hair nostril, you know?
Yeah, there might be a nostril still in it. The follicle's probably on the fucking nostril hair, and you're just like, and you just pluck it off, and there it is. Yep. Worthy of Tom Shane himself from fucking Shane Company Diamond Rings. Stick it right on the fucking white gold, solitaire, princess cut, booger gold. But boom, right here. I
had no idea how you were going to relate that to Shane Company.
Always have faith, Rob. Always have faith.
This is why we have so many fans, because Kev just spoke about boogers for straight up 90 seconds. That was great.
Yeah. Somehow incorporated with like
what are they going to talk about on the BrotoGP Army? And the guy was like, we'll just throw Kev random topics for an hour. Any one topic I can give you 5 minutes on. I can give you a 3 or 4 minute rant on any topic right now. No questions. I don't give a fuck. Any topic and I'm good. So it doesn't even matter.
Okay, Kevin. Why shouldn't I put the OEM quad pipes on my MV Agusta F4?
What the fuck? Have you heard the bike with the fucking double exhaust on it? God damn, it's not like those two pipes don't look bad. Let me explain to you something. The F4 Strata is the spiritual successor to the 916. So to act like you shouldn't have the original iconic dual exhaust under the seat is like saying I shouldn't wear my dad's cover bun when I get married, or like a woman says she shouldn't wear her mom's wedding dress when she gets married. It's the original spiritual successor to the 916. The 999 was dope, but we all know it was the centerpiece of the art of the motorcycle exhibit at the Guggenheim Museum, one of the most prestigious and important modern art museums in the world. And it was right next to the 916. It bridges the gap between the two. The quad pipes are the epitome of form over function, where the dual pipes are bridging the gap between, at the time, what was cutting edge, like technology for, routing the exhaust under the seat for more clearance plus design purpose. The question, Dennis, is how could you change it? But the question is, how could you not change it? Because you're connecting the two. You're taking the spiritual successor and putting one of the most iconic design elements of what it's succeeding back on it to bridge the gap and let everyone know that if you are an MV Agusta, enthusiast, you are also a Ducati Isti through and through.
You can see him sweating about the decision he has to make now. Yeah, if you didn't know, Dennis has an MV Agusta.
Yeah.
And it's dead sexy. He actually rode it at the track too, and it's clean. And but now there is a decision to make.
Now I'm torn because Kevin just threw the smackdown on me, and he's absolutely right. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, damn it, damn you to hell.
God damn it. That was the perfect.
Massimo Tambur. We are not talking about Pierre Tourbillon. Like, he has great iconic designs, but we all know the 999 was not the successor to the 916.
No,
the 996 and the 998, the 748, and this, we all know that. Okay, the true successor switched marquees and manufacturers, but we all know what the F4 Strata really was, and it was the follow-up to that bike. It was the personification, perfection. It was the peak of that design. So while the quad Oregon exhaust is iconic, to tell me why should I take off the gap bridging aesthetic that also uncorks the sound that no other inline 4 is able to achieve except for the MV Agusta inline 4. No GSXR, no R1, no cross plank, all that stuff. Yeah. Like, Only the MV Agusta was able to make the inline 4 have soul. And you unlock that soul. What I'm telling you is your dual exhaust is the Jesus.
Jesus, man.
The Jesus Christ of MV Agusta exhausts. You are unlocking the soul. You are appearing forth and setting free the soul of that engine.
I wish I could zoom with my camera as he's reciting that on the MV Agusta F4, you know? It would be perfect.
Go ahead, rotate the camera. Rotate the
but
camera. There it is.
I can't zoom it, you know? Slow,
You could
dramatic
pick it up and
zoom.
walk it over there, but I don't know. You need a really long USB cable or something.
Exactly.
No, don't do it. Don't screw up with the thing right before we finish this episode off. We're doing great.
Yeah.
There have been no technical difficulties.
Damn it, now I'm torn. I really am torn.
I still vote you don't do it. Leave the dual exhaust on there. I mean, I know you got a good deal on it and you could probably sell it without losing any money, but don't do it.
Well,
don't
it's
do
still
it.
on
Keep it
there.
on there.
It's still on there, so it's just a matter of me getting around to removing it, but fine.
Perfect, Kev.
I
That's
told
what we
you,
needed you there for.
any topic. I don't even care. That was easy. That was too easy.
That was right in your bread and butter, like talking about classic Ducatis. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
All right, everyone.
I mean, I have the Art of the Motorcycle Guggenheim Museum exhibition catalog on my bookshelf in the other room. Like,
really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
cool.
Wait, so you're not coming to Barber to go to the motorcycle museum at Barber?
Son of a bitch.
Come on. Come on.
Wow.
You already have a free ticket. Yeah, right?
Right.
Should we I mean, it's not the price of the ticket. Like, it's just about you finding the time. If you find a new job, that's your goal.
New job because today was a hell of a day and I might need to find an employee elsewhere. So if you work for Moto America and you want me to run the social media, I can do that, dog. I can do that. I could do that.
What's your minimum salary requirement, Kevin?
No, 4 extra large pizzas, sans pineapple a week.
Yes.
wait. Is the pineapple? If they included pineapple, is that extra? Like that's
no
a benefit.
Deal. No deal.
There is the goal of food, especially pizza, is to be delicious. I'm not going for your high and mighty no pineapple ass bullshit. If I want pineapple and bacon and jalapenos on my pizza, I'm getting pineapple, bacon, and jalapenos on my pizza.
You are dead to me, Rob.
And on that note, thank you for listening to BrotoGP.
It'll be a cold day in hell before I ever help you up or do anything.
With the pizza.
With pizza, right.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. All right. This was a short episode. We didn't actually have a motorcycle race to talk about. When is Misano coming? On the 9th. So we got this following weekend off. Dennis and I, if you haven't already seen on YouTube, if you're just now listening on iTunes and you haven't checked out our YouTube yet, we have a new segment going where I, Rob, help out Dennis's motorcycle riding skills at the racetrack specifically. So we kind of did an intro vid that went way too long last time and kind of just introduced the segment, showed a couple of his riding videos, mostly just 2 laps, talked about them briefly. But for the next recording that we do, we are diving into some of his data and reviewing the video again. So join us for that. If you're a track rider, if you're a street rider, and you'd like for some free tips on how to be a faster, safer, better rider, maybe listen to me. I don't know. Listen to the first episode and hear why Dennis actually is going to listen to me, because you're probably thinking, who the fuck is this guy? Why do I want to listen to him? And I'm still not sure yet.
If you're interested in Rob's analysis, definitely watch this film. I know. I am.
You had to go there.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. If you're on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Please hit that bell so you can get notifications of when we publish our stuff. If you're listening on iTunes,
you know what I want to do?
Yeah.
I want to have a game show where you and Kyle Wyman are on, and I just ask the nerdiest fucking questions about riding, and you guys just have a buzzer, boom, boom, just buzzing in. Just a
could
battle.
I do a buzzer?
Nerds.
We gotta mail him a snowball and get him a good mic. and he can come on. I mean, he can already come on, but we gotta figure out. We gotta make it good. I'm just there are fewer hats now. I gotta paint my motorcycle this weekend and record that my crashed bodywork, I should say. Record that episode with Dennis and keep things moving. And then we'll do more for BrotoGP soon. And we're gonna get Kyle Wyman on soon. Everyone still continue to harass Josh Herron about him not coming back on BrotoGP. I think it's working. He's almost here. We'll get him back on for a full episode as well. And actually, speaking of that, all the Moto America races from this last weekend at Pittsburgh are up on YouTube and Facebook Live at the moment. The Super Sport and the Superbike and the Junior Cup races are on YouTube, and the Stock 1000 and the Twins Cup race are on Moto America's Facebook. So you can download your Apple TV apps and watch those on your TV, absolutely free. You can watch them on your phone. Check them out. Support our sport. The Superbike races were spectacular. I haven't watched the Super Sport ones yet. The Stock 1000 race was pretty good. Bunch of shit went down. So go check out racing, because we know you're pining for it with the Silverstone cancellation. So go check them out.
Yep. And
screw you, beIN Sports and Comcast, for coming to a disagreement and ruining half of the country's ability to watch those races. I hear they got canceled off of Verizon and DirecTV as well too. So it's not a good look, and I hope Moto America drops them. But that's something else. All right, everyone, we're bouncing from this one. Thanks for listening. Tell all your friends, and we will catch you shortly with more content. Peace.